Good YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we've just heard and been privy to one of the most bizarre interviews I've ever heard regarding undefeated 3-division world champion, superstar boxer, Gervonta Tank Davis, who is 26 wins, no loss, and no draw, 24 wins by way of knockout. He is 27 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. With that said, Gervonta Tank Davis is being sought out by his stablemate, who was initially supposed to be his original opponent for his December 5th showdown in Los Angeles, California at the Staples Center, that being none other than undefeated WBA interim lightweight world champion, star boxer, Rolando "ROLLY" Romero. Rolando "ROLLY" Romero is 14 wins, no losses, no draws. He is 12 wins by way of knockout. Rolando "ROLLY" Romero is 26 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach, okay? So initially, we were supposed to have Gervonta Tank Davis versus Rolando "ROLLY" Romero December 5th at the Staples Center. But due to some serious allegations, it saw Rolando "ROLLY" Romero pull from the fight. And it saw Mexican star boxer, lightweight title contender, Isaac Pitbull Cruz, who is now 22 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 15 wins by way of knockout, 23 years of age, 5'3" with a 63-inch arm reach. He replaced Rolando "ROLLY" Romero. And Gervonta Tank Davis, he won a unanimous decision. He broke his left hand. He's a southpaw. He broke his left hand in the 6th round, and he still found a way to win, okay? With that said, I thought that was one of the best performances I saw from Gervonta Tank Davis, showing his versatility, showing his skill set, his ability to utilize the ring, his ability to box. I thought that was one of the best performances by Gervonta Tank Davis. With that said, the allegations proved not to be true, or at least thrown out on the part of Rolando "ROLLY" Romero and the WBA, World Boxing Association's president, Gilberto Mendoza. They have ordered Gervonta Tank Davis give Rolando "ROLLY" Romero the opportunity to fight. They're both stablemates. They both fight with Mayweather Promotions, legendary, iconic, Hall of Fame retired boxer Floyd Money Mayweather, and CEO Leonard Ellaby. Okay, so that was the initial fight for Gervonta Tank Davis. Skill set wise in the ring, Gervonta Tank Davis' skill set is on, I wouldn't even say another level. I would say 2 levels or maybe even 3 levels above Rolando "ROLLY" Romero. This is no slight to Rolando "ROLLY" Romero. It's just that Rolando "ROLLY" Romero is not seasoned. He's not molded, okay? He's not, his craft, he hasn't, he hasn't perfected his craft, okay? He's very unorthodox. He has a lot of power. He doesn't have good defense. He was in a fight where, a few fights where you seemingly thought he should have gotten a L in the loss column, but nonetheless, he got the victory. There was even talks when Rolando "ROLLY" Romero had a fight and he won the fight, and many people thought that there was a little bit of home cooking on the part of Mayweather Promotions to assure Rolando "ROLLY" Romero get the victory, okay? So with that said, he's just not well molded, okay? He's just not crafty yet. And Gervonta Tank Davis, he shows little to no weaknesses in the ring, okay? He's all around, molded, crafted, okay? He has a great chin. He has great hand speed. He has great power. He can box very well, okay? Great boxing ability. Very high ring IQ. Very fast feet. He is the complete total package, okay? He's well-rounded, okay? And where Rolando "ROLLY" Romero is very unseasoned. So it has the making of a highlight reel brutal knockout on the part of Gervonta Tank Davis knocking out Rolando "ROLLY" Romero, okay? Again, "ROLLY" Romero, he has some questionable fights in his career, okay? When he fought Jackson Martinez, that was back in August of 2020. He got a unanimous decision. Everybody thought he lost that fight to Jackson Martinez. Jackson Martinez, he called for the immediate rematch, and he didn't get it. Okay. And the boxing world, they wanted the immediate rematch, and he didn't get it. Okay. He since then fought Avery Sparrow. He got a TKO in the 7th round, and he fought Anthony Yiggett, and he got a TKO in the 7th round of that fight. But with that said, Rolando "Rolly" Romero, he does an interview, and he's asked about Gervonta Tank Davis and the future, what the future holds. And he's stating that, Gervonta Tank Davis is forced into a fight with himself. He has no choice. He's not happy about it. Obviously, there's talks that Gervonta Tank Davis now is in hot pursuit of the fight that everybody considered him to be avoiding in 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko. Okay. Now Lomachenko's in pursuit of newly crowned unified lightweight world champion, Australian star boxer George Kambosos Jr. But it's being considered by Calvin Ford, Gervonta Tank Davis' mentor, longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, that that's a fight that they want is Lomachenko fight. But I, for one, agree that Rolando "Rolly" Romero should get his opportunity because he lost it to some false allegations. So he should be able to feed his family. I didn't, for one, believe that he deserved it to begin with, but he had it, and then he lost it to allegations that were proven to be unreal, okay, not true. So I think that he should be given the opportunity to be able to feed his family. It's a huge opportunity. Gervonta Tank Davis is the cash cow from 140 on down. He's the superstar, and it's an opportunity for Rolando "Rolly" Romero. With only 14 fights, I didn't think he deserved it to begin with, but it was an in-house fight, and I thought it was a stay busy type of fight for Gervonta Tank Davis. Nonetheless, Rolando "Rolly" Romero does an interview, and he's stating that Tank is, obviously he calls him out the borders of his name to describe Gervonta Tank Davis. And he says that he's forced into this fight. But then he goes on to tell the world that he had been duped and tricked into this press conference because he's never done a press conference. So he stated that he was completely unprepared. He was asking, what is it going to be like, the experience with a press conference on this level? And nobody gave him advice. So he said that Floyd Mayweather, Leonard Ellaby, they set him up. Okay. And once he got to the press conference, he'd never been there. He said all these guys, including Tank, they've been pay-per-view fighters. They're huge fighters. Not saying I don't deserve the fight, but these guys have been on this level. I never even had a press conference. Then he stated that the fur coat he wore seemed to have some bad omens to it, and it brought him bad luck because ever since he wore that fur coat at the press conference, that, everything was going downhill. He stated that the morning of, he should have knew because when he got to the press conference, it was cool outside, and so he wore the fur coat. But as he got closer to the press conference, the sun started to rise, the sun started to come out. It got hotter and hotter. Said when he first walked out, he was in the shade, and then once he got to the stage and sat down, the sun was beaming down on him, and it caught him by surprise. Well, that's the weather in California for you. Okay, in the morning it could be cool. In Vegas it could be cool, but then you should expect it to get very hot as the day goes on. Okay, and so he states that they set him up, and he was asking everybody what to expect from the press conference. And once he got to the press conference, he said that everybody had cards with notes, and he was the only one sitting there freestyling. Okay, he said it didn't matter because they was looking to see him fail, but it didn't help them because he is such a mouthpiece and such a promoter of his own self that he's still bigger than everybody else. Then he said something else that's alarming to me. He says he don't watch many of Tank's fights. Now, we know Floyd Mayweather, he's on record stating that he don't study other fighters and things of that nature. But he says that he don't even know if Gervonta Tank Davis is a southpaw or if he is an orthodox fighter. And you can tell that he wasn't joking, okay? There's some people that are posturing, they're just poking at their opponent. I don't know what he is. I don't know what he do to downplay their opponent. But in this case, you can tell he was absolutely serious when he stated, I don't know what Tank Davis is. I don't know if he's a southpaw or orthodox. I don't really watch Gervonta Tank Davis. All I know is that he feels inferior to me, not inside the ring, but outside the ring. Gervonta Tank Davis is 1,000% a much bigger star than Rolando "Rolly" Romero. Gervonta Tank Davis, the future is very bright for Gervonta Tank Davis. He sells out every arena he goes in. He gets mobbed by fans everywhere he goes. Gervonta Tank Davis, only question mark about Gervonta Tank Davis is the choice of opponent, and that's not on his part. That's on the part of Floyd Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions choosing opponents, the matchmakers. People question, why is he fighting not the best level of opposition? Okay, that's not on him. He just goes, Gervonta Tank Davis just goes with the plan, okay, as he stated. Gervonta Tank Davis is essentially a rock star, okay? Gervonta Tank Davis, I can't see him having any issue with how Rolando "Rolly" Romero, who is relatively unknown outside the sport of boxing, would bother Gervonta Tank Davis. So to me, it garners that this is a sport of boxing that is very serious. Not that Rolando "Rolly" Romero can't protect himself, and not that he's not a professional. But at the end of the day, it seems like he's completely misjudging and misunderstanding, and maybe his team is as well, what Gervonta Tank Davis brings to the ring. Okay? And maybe that could work in his favor, because ignorance is bliss, right? When you don't know, you don't, like a child, right? A child that's first born, they don't have a level of fear. You understand? And so it could be an advantage and it could be a disadvantage, right? You can find yourself in a position where you're risking it all, or you can find yourself in a position where you so successful because you just have no acknowledgement of failure. You understand? You have no fear of failure. And so that could be the case very well with his orthodox style, his power. But I just think that this is a very risky fight for Rolando "Rolly" Romero, because some of the things he just says is very, very bizarre. When he stated that he got to the press conference and he realized, wait, I never done a press conference. I didn't know what to expect. And you have to ask yourself and question, what direction is Floyd Mayweather Promotions, who has signed Rolando "Rolly" Romero, what are they doing with Rolando "Rolly" Romero? Because he's completely unaware of his surroundings. Okay? He's completely unaware of reality. He's just not in tune with reality. Okay? And again, that could work in his favor or it could work against him. This is a fight he's been calling for years. But his style and Gervonta Tank Davis' style, Gervonta Tank Davis' style matches up perfectly with Rolando "Rolly" Romero, and I believe he's going to get brutally knocked out. Okay? Gervonta Tank Davis, he states that people look at me and they say that I'm not a good fighter. But once they get in the ring, they say, man, what has happened here? You know, now before they know it, they can't hit him. They can't touch him. You know, he's much better than what you anticipated. And that could be the case. That's the case for a lot of fighters, right? But in this case, I think that Rolando "Rolly" Romero is completely delusional as to what Gervonta Tank Davis brings to the sport, brings to the ring, and who he is. And I could see his career being stagnated before it even truly gets off the ground. And I think that Floyd Mayweather Promotions should rethink, although the WBA has ordered it now, and although Rolando has been pushing for it, I think that they should really, truly rethink putting him in the ring with Tank Davis at this stage of his career. Let him build some more. Let him blossom some more. Let him get some more experience. They need to sit down with him and give him more direction. Understand that he seems to be very well motivated in himself, very confident in himself and his abilities. But as a promotional company, I think that Floyd Mayweather and Ellaby everybody involved, the powers that be, should sit Rolando Rolly Romero down and say, listen, we understand that you want this opportunity and it could come down the road, but let's build to that. Let's build to that. And maybe he's, more difficult to convince than, it seems on the surface. But I just think that was the most bizarre interview I've ever heard. He stated that they never gave him a heads up and explained to him what it's going to be like in a press conference. And he was asking them what to expect, what should he say and what he shouldn't say. And he stated that they just told him to be himself. Just to be himself. So when I heard that, it raised the concern to me. It's like, is they using him as a sideshow? Just be yourself, right? Because yourself, your conversation is entertaining enough and it's going to sell a fight. I understand being yourself. But if he's asking what to expect from the press conference and nobody's giving him a heads up and nobody's giving him direction, and his team around him is not explaining to him, or bringing him down into reality, they're doing him a disservice. And Gervonta Tank Davis, in my opinion, who's a southpaw, is not the guy you want to test the waters with. It's just not. So let's see how this unfolds. I know Gervonta Tank Davis broke his left hand, so we have to see what happens with that, when he'll be back in the ring. But it looks like we could possibly get this fight in May. Let's see how it unfolds and plays out. I think it's a huge mistake on the part of, you could be signed to Mayweather Promotions and Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd Mayweather, but his immediate team, his manager, his trainer, they should pay attention to what's taking place and maybe pump the brakes on fighting Gervonta Tank Davis. Let him get some more. Let him rematch Jackson. Let him get some more. Let him fight Isaac Cruz. Let him get his feet wet. Understand what it's like to be in a press conference. He stated that he'll be more comfortable moving forward. Like he was asked. And now the fight will be made again. You'll be more comfortable because you know what to expect. And he stated, I was already comfortable. I just didn't know what to expect. And it's the first time I just listened to the press conference. Just listen to the interview itself. It just sounds bizarre. And the people around him, I feel like are failing him, letting him go into this fight with Gervonta Tank Davis at this stage of his career. Because he can brutally get knocked out, and that can spell the end to his career. And that's the end of his revenue streaming. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. You already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Oh, it is your boy Jada Kiss. Make sure you check out Blue Blood Sports TV. It's going down.